Welcome to Crazy Shit in Real Estate, a weekly podcast where I walk you through some of the wildest, most unbelievable stories you'll hear from the world of real estate. If you like real estate and you love crazy, this is the podcast for you. Before we get any further into this episode, I've got some information to share. This episode is sponsored by Follow Up Boss, one of the leading CRMs, client relationship managers for residential real estate. Tons of top producing agents and some of the fastest growing teams out there are using Follow Up Boss to increase lead conversion, eliminate busy work that you're not doing anyway, and frankly, deliver a higher class experience in real estate to everybody who chooses you as their realtor of choice. So if you're going to keep listening to this, which I know you will, there's more information and a personal review of Follow Up Boss. For more information, go to followupboss.com/. What's the crazy thing you would tell me if we were sitting down together to have an adult beverage in Boston?
You know, Leigh, I didn't expect that this conversation was going to lead so well into it, but I have a story for you that is an inspection story, but also really an example of the polar opposite way that I think we should be treating our clients. So in Boston, one of the things that you have to do at a home inspection, even if it's midsummer, is run the heating system. Pretty typical, especially in New England. We got to make sure the heat works. And so I was in a home inspection over the summer, this past summer. And typically you'll turn on the heating system, twist up that thermostat before you go in to do the inspection in the basement. So most of our buildings have basements. Most of the heating systems are in the basements. And we did that, had gone through the unit. It was a condo in Boston, had gone through the unit, went down in the basement with the heat fired up. And as we were working our way around the perimeter of the foundation, started getting a strange smell in a basement. And I've smelled a lot of basements. This was not something that you normally come across. And my inspector and my clients and I were sort of doing that thing where you ignore a little bit what it is that's going on around you. And you're like, I don't know, maybe nobody else is, maybe this is fine. Maybe nothing's happening. And we got to the center of the basement. We had worked our way around the foundation wall, got to the center of the basement, and took the cover off of the boiler, which was firing because we were testing the heat, and found that there was a dead rat in the bottom of the boiler that had crawled in there to die, and we were roasting it because the boiler was firing. It was disgusting.
Okay, so I told y'all that I would do a review of Follow Up Boss, because I'm your friend in real estate, and I did. Now, there's a blue million CRM out there. I mean, if you go to any Facebook group, every realtor's like, which one should I use? Which one should I use? And you know that these CRM, which are client relationship managers or customer relationship manager, whatever you want to call it, it's truly a system that's just designed to help you know what to do next, because you're very busy and you're a multitasker in real estate. With all those different tasks and balls up in the air, you need something to help you stay on track, and that's what Follow Up Boss does. Now, this cell phone, not a CRM, y'all. When you save a name and a phone number in there, that is basically a Rolodex. Follow Up Boss is going to take the names and phone numbers and also help you know what to do next, so you can maintain these relationships with your neighbors. Because that's what this is about. Real estate is not about serving just prospects and clients. It's about taking great care of your neighbors' needs in real estate. And if you'll use a tool like Follow Up Boss, where they remember you, they might even call you when they're ready to buy or sell again, or when their mom and daddy do, or their best friend or their kid, and you want to be top of mind, that's what a product like Follow Up Boss will do for you. Truly, it's going to change your business when you start paying better attention to people. They don't have to know you use Follow Up Boss, but they'll totally understand that they are being heard by you. So now there's a free trial for my people because you're loved. Go to followupboss.com/crazy. No credit card is required. And frankly, because you're my people and we made an ask for you, Follow Up Boss said, yes, you get double the free trial. That's actually enough time to log in, put some pieces in it, and watch it change your business as it has for so many realtors and teams nationwide. Again, go to followupboss.com/crazy to start your free trial today.
We covered that back up, shut the heat down. And the thing that you need to know about this particular situation is that these clients had been living in Boston since they came to college. They had rentals in Boston when they were early in college. And there's a particular neighborhood of Boston that's a little bit notorious for their rodent issues and for being an area where college students tend to congregate for very low rent apartments. A lot of not great landlords. It's a work in progress over there. But one of my clients had one of these experiences when he was in college. He had a rat issue in his apartment in this rental. And this was his one deal breaker, like his one thing that was like, there cannot be a rodent problem in the condo that I purchased. And I had heard that and I had internalized that. We had talked about it. And then we found this rat in the boiler. So we called in
the roasted rat, though. Was he allergic to roasted rats or just living rats? That's a specific question you should have asked Kate.
It is. I should put that on my intake questionnaire. So now I know. So we called in a pest company and said, hey, can you check this out? Is this a one-off situation? Is this just a complete fluke? Is there a recurring issue? Should we be concerned? Shout out to Keith Parrish at NW Pest. He was terrific. The home inspector, also somebody I work with a lot, Dave Eldon at Eldon Home Inspection, terrific sport about this whole thing. Probably not the worst thing I've ever sent him into. And we wrapped this up. We did a separate pest inspection. My buyer said, you know what? We're fine. We feel like this was a one-off situation. As long as they get the rat out of there before closing, totally fine. We don't have any other inspection items. That's our only ask. That's all we want. And I said, okay. And this is pretty typical in Boston right now, just because it's, like everywhere, there's no inventory. It's very competitive. So long lists of inspection items are not happening here. Usually there's one or two things. We're pretty strategic. And we said this, passed this along to the selling agent, and we were approaching closing. Everything was going pretty smoothly after the roasted rat. And I texted the agent before walkthrough, and I just had a feeling, I just had a sense that they hadn't dealt with this issue because nobody wanted to pull the rat out of the boiler. And I decided to go to final walkthrough early. I beat my clients there and I said, I'm going to try really hard not to name them.
Okay, now don't forget to go try Follow Up Boss so that your business can continue to expand in professionalism, and then you can meet some more crazy people yourself. I really appreciate Follow Up Boss sponsoring this episode, but mainly I appreciate them for giving y'all double the free trial time with no credit card required. So make sure you go to followupboss.com/crazy and then let me know what you think. I'll see you guys next time. Oh, you're enjoying this little clip? Well, the rest of the story is available on any of your podcast apps. Just go search for and subscribe to Crazy Shit in Real Estate with Leigh Brown.